Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the Shimber. I'm going to pre-record this at night time, upload it at some point on Monday. I'm going to do my first NFL mock draft. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do during the off season, but I'm going to pre-record my first one here after the Super Bowl here tonight. So let's just start. The Raiders, pick one. Fernando Mendoza, obviously, very easy decision. Draft the quarterback. The Geno Smith trade did not work out. And this class only features one passer. To me, that would have a first-round grade, and that's Fernando Mendoza. He just gives the Raiders a franchise-caliber quarterback with excellent poise, decision-making, accuracy, and just toughness, both in and out of the pocket, and which is what he showed winning the Heisman Trophy, leading the national title. He can start from day one. The Raiders have the offensive infrastructure around him and tackle Colton Miller, Ashton Jeanty, Brock Bowers. They just need they need to add some more offensive linemen. Get a really true receiver one to pair with Jeanty, Bowers, then they could be set, man. The Jets, I think they're going to take Orville Reese here. Jets fans will be screaming for a quarterback at this pick, maybe, but there isn't passer worthy of the number 2 pick. It would have been Dante Moore, but he went back to Oregon. Instead of you trying to reach for Ty Simpson, the Jets' best option is waiting a quarterback until later in the draft, to me. The move here is Orville Reese. They ranked 31st in sacks this season. They needed primary edge rush, even though their previous regime spent first-round picks on Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald. They need a better outside pass rush. Reese split time at linebacker and edge rusher. He's built in the Micah Parsons, Abdul Carter mold with elite speed and powerful hands off the edge and high potential once he settles into a full-time edge rusher. Cardinals, I think they take Francis Maioga, however you say that name, out of Miami, the offensive tackle. It's just the best fit to me. They must shore up its offensive line and needs a long-term starter at right tackle, opposite of Paris Johnson. And they're desperate for that type of consistency, man. He was a 3-year starter at Miami and only had 2 sacks in 16 games during their run to the national title last season. National title game. And they're desperate for that type of consistency. And pairing him with Paris Johnson, I think, is the right move here. Titans, I'll say Ruben Bain will be the pick here. They could go several directions. You could build up a supporting cast around your second-year quarterback, Cam Ward. I could see it. You draft offensive line or add to a defense that lacks threats outside of Jeffrey Simmons. Defense is the smartest bet for me. At finishing middle of the pack with sacks, they hired a defensive-minded coach in Robert Saleh and will likely use a base 4-3 defense. Ruben Bain, 9.5 sacks, incredible 71 pressures last season. Defensive-minded coach, just makes all the sense here. Number 5, I'll have the Giants take Carnell Tate. They're fascinating to project in many ways. They have a good young quarterback in Jackson Dart. More young players like Cam Skibbity, Malik Neighbors, Abdul Carter, Andrew Thomas, Brian Burns, and established stars in Brian Burns, Andrew Thomas, Dexter Lawrence. But something's missing. Could a lot of an offense be the answer? Tate would be the perfect complement to Malik Neighbors, given his precise route running and workmanlike ability to win catches in traffic. And you have Wandale, your receiver 3. I'd love that for the Giants. I'll say Carnell Tate. For the Browns, I'm going to say Spencer Fano out of Utah, offensive tackle. Look, this rebuild's ongoing in Cleveland, and Cleveland, they have holes throughout the roster. There's no clear-cut answer at quarterback. So, I think it's just best player available here. Fano has experience at both left and right tackle as a 3-year starter who only allowed 3 sacks. He could be the replacement for Jack Conklin, who's a free agent. But he offers the flexibility to start on the left side for DeJuan Jones, has returned to form after suffering a torn hamstring and torn collateral ligament this season. So we'll see. I think they're going to take Spencer Fano, though. For the Commanders, I'll say Caleb Downs. There might be criticism of a team using a top 10 pick on safety, but this class lacks a ton of elite top-end talent at the premium positions. And the Commanders coach Dan Quinn, he's tied up that defense. They allowed a league-worst 384 yards per game. And Caleb Downs is a difference maker in the mode of Derwin James, to me, or Kyle Hamilton, who can dictate what an offense is able to do, but also be a matchup problem. And Caleb Downs, man, he's such a good safety. I just can't see him falling out of the top 10. And it's just the thing is, there's a lack of elite top-end talent at the premium position, so I would take Caleb Downs here. Saints, I'm going to say Jeremiah Love. Speaking of drafting non-premium positions early, The Saints could have a similar conversation if Love is there at this pick. Man, I just think he's such a dynamic running back with the talent to be like a Bijan Robinson level threat in the running passing game. And the Saints need a running back with Alvin Kamara entering his age 31 season and no back on the roster emerging as a successor. It's just Jeremiah's left the ability to break off these long runs. He had 3 touchdown runs, more than 90 yards in college. Just the vision, acceleration, man. 6 foot, 214. And that would take pressure off Tyler Show, who they drafted last year, in a very good rookie season when he got started. I know, man. Jeremiah Love's really good. There would be criticism probably here taking running back top 10, but he's just that talented to me. Chiefs. Unfamiliarity, top 10 pick. I'm going to have him take a David Bailey here. But picking this high could give them an opportunity to quickly reload. They have needs at several positions like right tackle, edge rusher, corner. And I think you go with the guy who was the highest ranked at those positions, which would be Bailey, who tied for 14.5 sacks last year, the FBS lead. And they only had 35 sacks as a team. That will give you a jolt with the agility and power he has. For the Bengals, I think they take a corner here. Mansour Delane out of LSU. A lot of mock drafts will have them drafting the best edge rusher available here, with maybe Trey Hendrickson's time with Cincinnati being over, but the top 3 are off the board. And this mock draft, which it's an interesting decision, I think they try and bolster the interior of the they could try to bolster the interior of their defensive line. I think drafting a corner, those, I'm going to take Mansour Delane. He's just the best cornerback I feel like he could be in this draft class. He's feisty at the line of scrimmage, excellent instincts of coverage. His timing and quickness and close play stands out above the rest, though. He doesn't have elite measurables, but it's just the quickness, man, for me. For the Dolphins, I think they'll take a corner, Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee. Players who sit out a season due to an ACL don't typically get picked this high, but I think he's worth an exception. He produced elite tape in 2024 and would have been maybe top-ranked corner in the 2025 draft had he been eligible. I think he's a real deal, man. Several positions could be in play here. Quarterback, give the QB landscape, maybe. They could tempt Malik Willis to follow them over there instead. This pick could be used to select a corner, and you could try and bring Malik Willis over there at quarterback. I don't know. For the Cowboys, I think we'll take Sonny Styles. With the trade of Parsons to give us 2 first-rounders, enter this draft, gotta fix the defense, man. 30 points per game last year giving up. Styles is a quick fix. I mean, second level with his sideline-to-sideline speed. Sideline-to-sideline speed. He only missed like 2 tackles last year. And he's grown into an elite linebacker. He's a former safety, by the way. He maintained the ability to cover slot receivers, tight ends while working in phase down the field. He shot up boards. After a well-rounded 2025 season, he had like 1 sack, 1 interception, 83 tackles. They compare him with DeMarvion Overshown. That's a great, speedy, versatile linebacker duo right there. Next, the Rams take Colton Hood. This is from Atlanta. It's just when watching Jackson Smith and Jigba do what he did to the Rams, I'm like, you gotta take a corner in the draft. And Colton Hood, he showed why he could be a high first-round pick at the Senior Bowl. His excellent timing, poise, half-turn technique. They need to draft a corner. Just secondary. Whatever you can with this pick. It's got to be secondary. Or just something defensively. But I don't think the secondary. The Ravens, it's kind of a steal here. I'm going to say Jordan Tyson. There are injury questions, but he profiles a receiver. When he overcame his drop issues in 2024 to put together a cleaner, more complete resume last season. Sure, there's injury questions, but he's a very damn good receiver. This team just lacks reliable options for Lamar outside of Zay Flowers, so it gets you a bigger body target. To me, Jordan Tyson. Buccaneers, Brandon Cisse, a corner out of South Carolina. Number 16, the Jets, Mekhi Lemon, really impressed me. I think was shot up draft boards. I'm still not reaching here for the Jets at quarterback. I think they might take one in the second round. I don't see it here in the first round, man. I think you take best player available. And Mekhi Lemon caught 79 passes, only 1 drop and 110 targets. He had 11 touchdowns, almost 100 yards a game. Sure, he doesn't have elite measurables, but he's kind of similar to Amon-Ra St. Brown in the toughness and ability to make plays across the field. And you pair him with Garrett Wilson. The Lions, Keldrick Falk, an edge rusher out of Auburn. His 2 sacks last year were a disappointment after 7 sacks in 2024, but he has fans around the league who see him as like a hybrid defensive lineman. The Vikings, I think, will take Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo, a safety. He's kind of didn't know much about him, but I looked him up. They need to get a safety because Harrison Smith turns 37 on Monday, and he's consistent ability to make plays on the ball. Maybe there's a chance he doesn't fall as far. He has the traits you look for at 6'3" with great length to eliminate passing windows and the speed to match up down the field. 8 interceptions over the past 3 years. Panthers, Olave Vega out of Penn State guard. I don't know how the fuck you say his name, but I think they built around their offensive line more. He allowed just 2 pressures and no sacks in 11 games last season. Cowboys, I think, will take T.J. Parker. 2024 saw his production drop to 5.5 sacks after 11 in 2024. But the Senior Bowl, he looked really good, and they needed a pass rusher. You had Sonny Styles at linebacker, T.J. Parker at edge rusher, and hope what you get from 2024 translates there. Steelers, Avion Terrell, another player here out of Clemson. Quarterback will be a discussion here, but I don't think quarterback might be a discussion, but there's Avion Terrell's an easy pick here. You have in the secondary Joey Porter. The Chargers, Caleb Banks, a defensive tackle out of Florida. The Eagles, Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. The Eagles have a tough call at tight end with Dallas Goedert recently turning 31 and about to hit the void years of his contract. The Eagles decided to restructure his deal and keep him for 2026. They're known for drafting for future need. Sadiq's a really good player, man. His running for catch skills are elite, proven red zone menace. But his drop issues will be considered. But he's by far the best tight end in this class. The Browns, I think Denzel Boston, receiver out of Washington. This could be a spot where the Browns consider as like maybe a Ty Simpson or even Trinidad Chambliss if his appeal is denied again. I don't think we're going to take quarterback here. Boston's a massive receiver, 6'4", 210 with an excellent ability to win at the catch point. 20 touchdowns the past 2 seasons. I would like this pick here. If Cornell Tate is still there with the Browns pick, they probably pick him at 6, but if he does go, I think they'll take Denzel Boston here. The Bears at 25, Zion Young, edge out of Missouri. Bills, wide receiver Casey Concepcion out of Texas A&M. 5'11", 190 pounds, but he's shifty throughout the route tree and creates yards after catch. And one of the Bills receivers mostly do yards after catch. And he can create space and be a threat. So, Keon Coleman might not be the long-term answer. You have Josh Allen, James Cook. You draft Casey Concepcion. The 49ers, Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle out of Utah. I feel like Trent Williams is going to retire soon, so I think that'll be the pick. The Texans take Blake Miller, offensive tackle out of Clemson. He probably isn't a first-rounder in the 2025 draft, but in a 2026 class that lacks a high number of prospects with a first-round grade, I feel like they'll take him here. They need to get offensive line bad. Rams, Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle out of Georgia with their second pick. 30, the Broncos, Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas. They've been begging for more explosive linebackers, and he might be the most impressive one in this position. I think it's a big great pick. The Patriots, Cassius Howell, edge out of Texas A&M. He led the pressures 41 and 11.5 sacks in his second season at Texas A&M after transferring from Bowling Green. So, I like this pick here. And Malachi Fields, receiver out of Notre Dame for the Seahawks with the last pick here in the first round. See, that's my first mock draft. I don't know how many of these I'll do and how often I'll do them. We'll just have to see. But, yeah, that's all to say here. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Take some out. Peace.